Welcome to Devotional Drops, where we explore the richness of Scripture and how it speaks to our lives today. In this episode, we're reflecting on time. You know what blew my mind recently? Scientists discovered that plants actually communicate through underground fungal networks they call the Wood Wide Web. It's this incredible system of sharing nutrients and information, just like we're meant to share our seasons of growth.
That's such a fascinating parallel to how human communities support each other. How did you first stumble onto this connection?
Well, I was reading this profound passage about showers of blessing and seasonal growth, and it really clicked. Just like those fungal networks, there's this invisible system of support and timing that we often miss when we're focused on immediate results.
So, what you're saying is that growth happens in these interconnected ways we can't always see?
Exactly. And here's what's really interesting. Studies show that older, larger trees actually share resources with younger saplings through these networks. It's like this beautiful picture of how waiting seasons aren't just about us. They're about becoming strong enough to support others.
That reminds me of research I came across showing how stress actually strengthens trees. The ones that face wind and storms develop stronger root systems than those in protected environments.
Oh man, that's exactly what this ancient wisdom is talking about. The text mentions these showers of blessing coming in their proper season, but what if those challenging seasons are actually strengthening our root system?
Well, that certainly shifts how we might view difficult waiting periods. What specific patterns have you noticed about these seasons of growth?
You know, it's fascinating. Research shows that trees and forests can recognize and even preferentially help their offspring through these fungal networks. Similarly, our seasons of waiting often prepare us to help others through similar challenges.
Hmm, that's really powerful. How do you think this applies to our modern context where everyone's rushing for instant results?
Well, consider this. Studies indicate that rushed or forced growth actually produces weaker plants. The same principle applies to personal development. Trying to skip necessary seasons of preparation usually backfires.
That makes me think about how Silicon Valley's move fast and break things mentality might be missing something crucial about sustainable growth.
Right. And here's what's really interesting. The text talks about breaking the bands of their yoke. Recent psychological research shows that trying to rush through emotional processing actually extends recovery time. Sometimes what looks like waiting is actually essential healing.
You know what's fascinating about that? The most resilient ecosystems are actually the ones that have gone through regular cycles of stress and recovery.
Exactly. And just like in nature, these seasons aren't random, they're purposeful. The passage promises not just growth, but safety and stability. They shall be safe in their land.
That's really relevant considering how many people are feeling unstable in today's rapidly changing world.
Well, here's something surprising. Studies show that trees under stress release chemical signals that actually prepare nearby trees for coming challenges. It's like nature's early warning system.
So these waiting seasons might actually be preparing us for future challenges we can't even see yet?
Precisely. And just like those fungal networks share resources across an entire forest community, our growth isn't just for us. The text talks about blessing the places round about my hill, suggesting this ripple effect of positive impact.
That really changes how we might view periods of waiting, not as delays, but as preparation for greater impact.
And you know what's fascinating? Research shows that forests recover faster from disasters when their underground networks are intact. Similarly, communities that maintain strong support systems bounce back more quickly from challenges.
That's such a hopeful perspective for anyone feeling stuck right now.
Well, as we wrap up, here's something to consider. Just like that wood wide web operates invisibly beneath the forest floor, our seasons of waiting might be building connections and strength we can't yet see. The harvest will come, but the waiting itself is part of the process.